How you guys doing? It's been a while, guys, so bear with me here. Just trying to get everything situated. All right, I'm just gonna give everybody a few more minutes to just jump on, make sure I have everybody here. Guys, are you guys able to see a group chat to the right of your screen? Okay, so basically, everyone could hear me and everybody could see my screen, right? Scenes are where it's supposed to be. hang out. I just wanted to bring, this live hangout to you guys because I know we haven't had a chance to get to know each other live, and just like basically hang out and go over some trades, some analysis, and pretty much just where I go from on predicting, trades and basically what I look for before I jump in a trade. But before I do that, I just want to, thank you guys for actually being here, and thank you for being a part of this group. Um, I've been a part of a few groups myself, and I haven't found the reason to stick with any of them because I was one of those down and out, struggling, and all I wanted to do was just change my situation. You know what I mean? And with the trading academy that we have, you know, there are membership fees. There are fees that we have to pay on a monthly basis. Some are outrageous. You know what I mean? So it doesn't give us much room of growth at the beginning. We would have to like really excel in our skills right off the bat to actually see some results. And I would say 85% of us do not see that right away. So, I just created this group with the vision of, bringing traders together and developing them and basically have a we all benefit from. I didn't want to create something where, um, you guys were just paying on a monthly basis and I was providing content to you guys. Okay, what difference would I be making, from anybody else out there? So we created this, we created not only a group, but we created a family, you know what I mean? I created something where I want to bring people in and I want them to build, and they have a foundation to actually build now with the investment that was made into the hedge funds. Okay, guys, the hedge fund has been growing on average about 40 to 45% on a daily basis. I did promise you guys 10 to 15%, and I was being generous. But you guys motivated me. You guys are a bunch of just pumped up people, just want to do better in life. And that just motivates me to push even harder on a daily basis. I'm sleeping less for you guys. I'm pushing everything to the limit right now. And I just want to see everybody just eating, being able to provide for their families, because I know that's all I wanted to do, and I couldn't at the beginning. But then, I had my breakthrough, and here I am, guys. So, that's just a little bit about my story and where I come from. I'm from New York, for those who don't know. 26-year-old. And yeah, I started from nothing, and I'm working myself up slowly, but in Forex terms, really fast. And that's the beauty of Forex. We're in it because we know the potential that this has, and we're just basically trying to kill it out here, and just make massive profits throughout the months. All right. Anybody that is having audio issues or anything like that, can you just tell me now before I proceed? Just let me know on the chat. All right, awesome, awesome, guys. I'm on my screen, and as you guys can see, I usually just stick to my Renko chart setup with my Renko Street Channel indicators. Um, I do trade naked, guys. Um, Basically, I've been practicing more and more and more on my phone, and I'm getting really, really good at it. But most of the times, I'm on my Renko setup here on my chart, using my indicator. Um, I just want to ask you guys basically real quick, what's the biggest problem you guys have? Like, what is it that when you sit down in front of your phone or in front of your computer, what's the biggest issue that you guys have? All right, so basically reading the indicators, right? I see that's the common issue here with you guys. Um, Basically, um, what I do is I see the pushback that you mean, Nada. Um, Here's a little trick, okay? I know the indicators are not 100% perfect. Um, in the case of Renko, in the Renko Street Channel, um, this indicator is about 75%, good proof. Um, because of that pushback, what I usually do is, um, well, before I even say anything else, entry point is key, guys. If your entry point is good, is excellent, that's gonna pretty much, you know, tell you where your trade is going. So if your entry point is bad, then we all know what's going to happen. But entry point is key. Okay, why do I say that? Because if your entry point is where it needs to be, guys, you're either going to catch all those pips on a rise or on a drop. All right. If you guys could see here on my chart, I placed a sell on AUD USD. Okay, my entry point wasn't the best. Okay, um, but I do know that the pair is going to drop as much as it rose, and maybe a little bit more throughout the night, right? So I'm basically going long term here on this pair and on this trade. Okay, guys. Um, Also, what I wanted to add was, you know, Renko Street Channel, the indicator, the equation built into this indicator is very complex, but it's very good and useful. All right. Um, as you guys can see, on my entry point here, I had a sell signal right around this area. And guess what happened? You see, it kept pushing up. Right? Now, yes, I could have placed another sell at the top here at the peak, but I didn't. I didn't want to get greedy, you know what I mean? I still do know that the pair and the sell signal was going to hit, and it was going to become a downtrend on the 5-minute chart, which is where I, primarily set my entry points at. Okay, guys? So Renko is a very good indicator. Renko Street Channel is a very good indicator. You just have to basically, before you enter on a trade, what I do is I don't just jump in right away when it says sell. Okay? I always wait 2 to 3 bars before I jump into that sell or before I jump into that buy. Because again, like you see my entry point here, it was off because I didn't wait. Okay, I just waited. I just, pretty much just placed a sell once the spike hit. Okay, that was my error. But sometimes we have some impulse in us that just depicts our trading moves. Okay, so the key thing here is to always wait at least about 2 to 3 bars, guys, and you should be good. Like I said, I always use my 5-minute chart for my entry points, and the reason I do that is because I'm a huge scalper. In this situation I'm in now, I'm going long term on this pair because the market is pretty slow right now, but it should speed up at around 1 a.m., 1:30. So yeah, guys. Another thing. Let's see. Let's see. Another thing, guys. I wanted to ask you guys, how are you guys on risk management? Like, just let me know more or less like what your account balances are and what kind of trade what's the size of the trade lot that you're placing. I want to have an idea what you guys are doing. All right, guys. I'm just waiting for you guys to just get all your questions in, and then I'm gonna just start answering all of them. All right, Donnie. Let me just start with you really quick. Um, I honestly do not use a stop loss. Um, for some reason, I'm just allergic to stop losses, and the reason why is a good friend of mine. He actually is a mentor to me. Um, he once told me, "Okay, Alex, the market fluctuates. The market moves up and it moves down. Sometimes you have spikes and sometimes you have huge drops, right? But if your entry point is correct, the market could go the other way on you. But long term, it could come back to where your strike point was at and could take you up to a profit." Okay, so what does that mean? Guys, if you have a stop loss in place, guess what? When your trade goes the other way on you and it hits your stop loss, you just lost money automatically. Okay, I've had a lot of experiences with this situation where I have set a stop loss and I've lost money. And after I stopped using a stop loss, I started focusing on my entry points and everything changed. Okay, even if the trade went the other way on me, you know the market goes up and it goes down, guys, like I said, and I'll repeat that over and over. Okay, it's all about your entry point. So if your entry point is correct, you know the market could come right back up or right back down to where your strike point was at, and you might just turn a profit. It might take you a few hours, it might take you a day or two, but you will not take that loss. Okay, some people may disagree with me. Some people are different traders and they prefer to work with a stop loss and a take profit. Um, Me personally, I just don't like stop losses. I do use take profits, guys. Take profits are awesome. It's so good because let's say um, on your trade you are 50% in profit on your trade on the size of your lot, right? Now you can set a take profit right where you know your trade is at, right at that very moment. So if it were to drop or it were to spike on you, um, it would hit your take profit, and you would go home no matter what with money in the bank. You know what I mean? But another trick that I do use, let's say I jump into profit, right? I would set a take profit there. If the if your trade keeps increasing in profit, keep moving your take profit further up. That way, you don't have to wait for the market to drop down or spike up on you, and it'll hit that take profit that you first set. So always keep moving it up, so you take more money home with you. Like that, you don't have to look at the trade for so long, or if the trade starts going sideways on you, in case it does a drop or a spike, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay, so that's just a little tip there. Um, let's see. Yeah, Joshua, like you said, stop loss makes you lose more money. And like I said, a lot of people would disagree with us, but it's the truth, guys. You know, I was taught to use a take profit and a stop loss. Okay, so I was just continuously losing money. All right, um, I just stopped using them. It's not, it just doesn't work, guys. If anything, just use a take profit. Um, Also, what else? What else should I jump in? Okay, trade lot sizes, right? Okay. Um, and Miguel, on a $500 account, 10 cents and 15 cents is perfect. It's beautiful. Um, the reason why trade sizes are very important, guys, is because you don't want to blow your accounts. Sometimes we have huge spikes and huge drops, and if your entry point is incorrect, you might just end up blowing your account, and that's something we don't want here in this group. All right, that's something I want to prevent you guys from doing. And your trade lot size is the way to prevent that. Yeah, I know you guys want to make money. I know you guys want to make a lot of money. Believe me, I know. I've been there, guys. I've gotten greedy before. It hasn't worked out for me. Okay. Um, if your trade size is correct, guys, and it complements your account size, you're in good hands. Okay, the market could go up, it could go down. It won't blow your account. Okay. Also, guys, another tip is everybody has a different account size, right? Something you should take into consideration is never risk more than 1/5 of your account size. Okay, always remember that, guys. Never risk 1/5, more than 1/5 of your account size, just to keep it safe and just so we don't go through a blown account. Okay, cool. Let's see what else can we answer here. Support and resistance. I do use support and resistance, but I'm not an expert in it yet. My friend Shane, I just recently added him to the group. He's he's really good. I don't know if he wants me to call him an expert, but he is the go-to guy on support and resistance. I'm just starting to learn how to actually, set strong resistance and strong support lines on my chart. So I'm not going to get into that right now because I don't want to misguide you guys. But I'm just learning now. And once I feel more confident in explaining it, I will definitely do another live hangout and, explain it and pretty much just go through it with you guys. All right. Cool. So I'm just going to hit some basics real quick, guys. Just looking here on my screen, so I know some of you guys have an issue with predicting where the market is going. Okay, it's not so hard, guys. Okay, and the easiest way to do that is first go to your daily chart. And then, for instance, here, I'm on AUD USD, guys. This is the daily chart. Look at that strong downtrend. Okay. Yes, Renko Street Channel has a buy signal here, but the downtrend is still very, very strong. Okay. Then you want to move on to your 4-hour chart. Okay. Just look at the downtrend on this, on the 4-hour chart, guys. Huge, huge downtrend as well. Okay. This is how I distinguish where the market is heading, what the market direction is, guys. Okay. So what do I ask myself when I see these kind of things? Okay. So I determine the trend, and then I ask myself, what am I doing? Am I going to be selling short, or am I going to be buying long? Okay, in this case, we're buying short and we're selling long. Okay, does that make sense, guys? Now, something you guys could do is also, if you want to really have a strong confirmation on the downtrend, go through your day chart, your 4-hour chart, and your 1-hour chart. Okay. Cool. Now, scalping. I'm very, very good at scalping, guys. That's how I make, quick profits. Sometimes I make very, very nice profits. And the reason why I'm able to do this is actually because of the Renko Street Channel indicator, guys. Believe it or not, I just gotten accustomed to to the way it reacts. So I'm able to basically just grab onto the strong sell signals and the strong buy signals, and I'll just scalp away throughout the whole day if I'm not doing anything. Recently, I've just been super busy with a bunch of projects that I'm working on right now. But before, the way I built myself up, I was on the chart all day, guys. I know it's not good to trade all day, but I just made it my problem to face any situations that I jumped into. But I really, you know, I lost money, guys. I lost around almost 7,000. Before I had my breakthrough, guys. Okay, and I don't mean to tell you that, to scare you. Okay, but it does take losing money to gain the real hardcore experience with forex. Yes, you're gonna lose money, but the money that you're gonna make, it's gonna be incredible, and it's gonna be a lesson that you learn that you take with you for the rest of your life. Believe me, I know it hurts when you lose a massive amount of money, but there's nothing out there like forex, guys. You know, forex will make you a millionaire faster than anything out there. Okay, just wanted to add that on to. All right, guys. Any more questions before I move on? All right, Nada. Let me just show you an example. I'm just gonna backtrack here. Okay. And this is I actually fell asleep throughout London session yesterday, and I'm still really pissed off about that. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, it's weird. My chart set a take profit automatically on me. Weird. Keisha, just to answer your question real quick, Euro USD is actually the most liquid pair out there. It just has really great movement, and if you study it, if you get used to it, you'll be able to make so much money off of it. Okay. Just okay. So Nara asked me what's a good setup here to trade, to scalp. Okay. In terms of setup, guys, one, I always wait for the London session and New York session to do my scalping. Why? There's a lot of movement. Why do you need a lot of movement? Because if there's not a lot of movement in the market and you're scalping, you might get stuck in sideways trades. Okay, and we don't want that. Now, in this example here in this chart, I'm just gonna start from here, from this sell signal, right? Say you just jumped into the market, and you saw the sell signal here, right? You place your trade, right? Your entry point, boom, you're in. Look at this huge drop, right? Okay, Renko placed a buy signal over here, right? My buy signal would have been around here somewhere. Why is that? I always look at the candles, guys. Some candles have huge wicks, huge drops, and then they retrace. Okay, I always look out for those candles. If you guys notice when looking at your chart, more or less naked or on the phone, there's certain candles that have a higher speed. Like they're up and down, moving, right? Always pay attention to those candles. Basically, what the market is telling you is that there's a lot of movement going on. There's a lot of buyers and there's a lot of sellers going. I always look for those candles and just kind of like follow it and fall into a rhythm of looking for those candles, because they're either going to direct you to your next trade, which is when you're scalping, you're either selling or you're buying. Okay. Now, the reason why I always tell you guys to identify the trend is because the trend is your friend, guys. And if you do this successfully on a daily basis, that's all you need. Look at your day chart. Look at your 4 hour. Look at your 1 hour. Basically, all you guys have to do is just say, okay, if it's a downtrend, all my buys are really short term. All my sells are long. They're long term, guys. Okay. Jonathan, I don't solely rely on Renko. Renko, I see Renko as a confirmation, a really, really good confirmation for me. Because naturally, what I do is I look at my computer, because I have Renko installed here, and I kind of see where I'm standing, right? I see what's going on in the market, and I look. That's what I use the Renko setup for. Now, I'm on my phone most of the time, and I trade naked. Okay, that's how I've been practicing, guys. I know everybody that has or is using Renko at the moment basically is just going with the first signal that they get. And that's where you make an error. Okay, you guys have to let the signal develop at least 2 to 3 bars, like I said before. Keisha, when do I buy? When do I sell? Okay. Let's look at the chart right here. I'm looking at AUD USD because I am in 2 current trades right now within this pair. Now, what do I look for, guys? Okay. A lot of people ask me, how do you know what the news is going to be? I don't know what the news is going to be. Okay. Any highly skilled trader is going to tell you, guys, the news does not matter. They would tell you that all the time. The news does not matter. The news is either just going to give you a spike or it's going to give you a drop. But it's going to position itself to where the trend was going anyway. Okay? So, for instance, here, we had a sell signal over here, right? Really strong. The market dropped. Right? When I started trading, I caught a buy from around this area here. Why? Because I waited for at least 3 candles to confirm that it was reversing. It was actually going to turn into an uptrend. Right? So I never knew what the news was going to be, but the market reversed. The market was heading in an uptrend direction. Okay? Now, that's why looking at the candles and looking at the patterns is very important, because you're able to actually make, more confirmations on where, the market is heading to make your, your predictions. So as I placed my buy down here, basically what I did is just watch the market rise, especially when the news hit. It just spiked and spiked, and I closed with about $200 in profit. Okay, now there's the thing, guys. When the market rises so much, just rises up so high and it spikes up so high, guess what? There's this resistance lines. That's when support and resistance comes in. Resistance was hit up here where this sell signal is. When a specific pair hits resistance on a rise, it shoots right back down. So guess what, guys? If you're able to catch sells at the very peak when it hits resistance, you guys are in very, very, very good shape on that trade. Why? Because you caught it from the very top. That's why entry points are golden. If all your entry points were, at those very points, you would have so much more winning trades than losses. Okay? In my situation here, I'm going long term. Okay? I'll probably go to sleep on this. Wake up to about $300 to $400 and close right before New York session hits. But yeah, guys. Any more questions? Market sucks right now. Actually, just going sideways. A lot of consolidation going on. Justice, can you be a little bit more specific? Like, can you just give me a better detailed description of your question? Philip, this is the 5 minute chart. Donnie, yeah, there's a the Hakenashi is actually built into this template here that I'm using. Okay, just to answer your question real quick, um, when using signals, and I mean any signals, either if I give you signals or if Renko gives you signals, you have to take into consideration that, okay, I'm going to enter a trade, and once I hit a profit, it's up to you to take your profits, guys. Um, Again, Renko could give you a sell signal or a buy signal. What counts is the trend that that specific pair is in. Okay. Joshua, yes, it should be on the YouTube on my YouTube channel. I just created one today actually. I've been slacking on a few things. It's just so much is going on, and I'm just like basically just trying to get it all together. I'm actually working on a website for you guys. You know, it's just basically gonna give say a little bit about the vision here, and just explain what we do, and it's gonna be something really nice. Something you guys could show. Miguel, the on the 1 hour chart, I basically don't look at it to say if I'm gonna sell or buy. I pretty much just use it also to determine the trend. Some people they do use the 1 hour, to determine their sells or their buys, but I necessarily don't use it. Um, I'm just really what I really care about is determining the trend, because if you're able to accurately determine where the market is moving, that's really all you need. You know. Also, guys, trading is really not hard. Um, the reason why we think of it as being hard and complex is because of all these things on the computer right now, on the chart. You see all these lines, all these indicators. Trust me, guys, I completely understand you. I know how it feels. Like if you don't know what they are, I get it. Um, the thing is, once you learn what each and every one of these indicators mean and what you're looking at, everything becomes much more easier. Now, guys, something I strongly suggest you guys to do is every day try to practice trading naked. Why? Because indicators are good, but indicators will, you know, lie to you sometimes. Okay, that's why this thing is not 100% proof. But they are very useful because they give you a clear picture of where the market is and where the market is heading. Okay, so it's like you have to, get into a rhythm of understanding it, and then you'll pick up your own, you know, wave of trading, your own trading style, and you just, mix it up with how you look at your charts. But trading naked, guys, is the best thing to do. Why? Because you'll learn support and resistance, and you'll learn how to read your candlestick patterns, which is extremely important. Donnie, I'll be straight with you right now, man. Um, demo demo is a beautiful thing to have and to practice in. The thing with demo is that your emotions are not there. You know what I mean? So you really don't care what's going on, really. Yeah, it's live, but you really don't have that emotion. What I suggest is if you could play it safe, practice on your live account with really, really small lots, like 1 penny, and test it out, and give it a run, and kind of fall to the rhythm that I fell into. It would really change change the way that your trading looks like on a daily basis. Yeah, Donnie, small lots. Yeah, it's a crazy spike on AUD right now. Really crazy spike. Nada, yes. I'm actually just relying on the candlestick patterns. Um, I am trying support and resistance. I'm not really good at it completely yet, but I am trying it and giving it a shot. So it's good to to practice support and resistance because it really helps when trading naked. On the looks at AUD right now, on this huge spike, um, I always wait at least for the next candle to see where it goes before I place a sell. But it's really crazy right now. I don't know what the hell happened in this pair. All right, guys. I'm about to just wrap it up. It was really good to have this session with you guys. I hope I was able to answer most of your questions. Um, I'm just gonna jump back into the market and actually do a little bit more of a hands-on training right now because all I've been doing is looking at the chart. Um, you know, thank you for being on this hangout, guys. I'm gonna try to, make more hangouts throughout the week, but more or less there are gonna be hangouts on Mondays and Tuesdays, if I'm not mistaken. Any further question, guys? I'm gonna answer them on the chat. I'm gonna close out this session here. I wish everybody has a great night trading, and I'll be on the chat and I'll be answering further questions for you guys. Okay. Thank you for being here once again, and I'll see you next time.